What is it about the night scenes or even the day scenes that shows us something about changing Tokyo, the Tokyo that's vanishing?
As far as I understand this series and its reception by audiences, it wasn't necessarily an immediate wow. There was a period perhaps of 2 decades before another generation of writers in the early 20th century really picked up on this series. And for them, what Kiyochika captured was the Tokyo of their childhood. And their childhood was a period of change.
What you put your finger on is why these are so stunning to see, because with the Yokohama style prints, we see fantastic exuberance and flamboyance, celebration. But what comes through these prints is a sense of nostalgia, of regret, of melancholy. And so the night strengthens this sense of what is being lost, what is disappearing. Well, you know, Hiromu, when we deal with this as historians, one of the things is the reaction that sets in Japan in the 1870s and particularly 1880s and 1890s against Westernization and looking for the old Japan, or what the conservatives would call the true Japan.
Absolutely. I think there's, in those decades that you just mentioned, a real sense of loss, actually. People feel that part of their lifeways are being lost, and that there's a sense of, well, do we need to do something about it? But in fact, the political reform, the economic reform, the cultural reform keeps on moving really fast. And so I was really struck, Jim, what you said about how actually many of the later writers associated that image on the left with their childhood, especially because what happens to Sumidagawa later on in the 20th century is that it becomes an industrial area. You start to see tall smokestacks and factories, and none of this quiet, dark street without even a single gas light on the eastern side of Sumidagawa. That all changes. That becomes a site of Japan's industrialization. So it's not just that there's a sense of things are being lost, it's the loss is being felt just even as change is seemingly inexorably taking place.